Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Chicago.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. To the air yet again, Watson. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Let's go. Chicago.
From a yard out. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The ground. This is Joe Mixon. And he's got room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them. The screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going, and he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he's got it up and through.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Taylor.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Watson off play action. Flush to his right, and that's incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Watson on third down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. 7-7, our score after 1.
Of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
On first down, Watson. Flushed out right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Jonathan Taylor.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead.
makes the score.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return. Yardage that we won't even account for in the box score may help them win the game.
Ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
But it's 3rd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Eluding the pressure right. This is caught, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Devin Duvernay, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bears have broken the tie.
Extra point is good.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Bears 21, Lions 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the blitz coming, and down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Curtis Samuel with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. For these two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Faking the give. Now Watson. The crossing route complete. It's Saunders. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st down, Bears.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. again is Watson. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It's third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A final shot before the break. Watson, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action.
With the score.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Joe Mixon, 77 yards. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Michael Badgley.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action? direction.
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and the line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly. That leads to a play-action sack.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now and then open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, second down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Hurts. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Mecole Hardman, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And it's caught. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really out on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 26 and a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Their own 11-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got a man, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 46 yards. And he'll look to throw. Flipping left side, and he's got a man. That's Saunders. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
From the red zone now, Watson escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
5-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. He'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Back to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
At the 25-yard line.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw. He's taken down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
2
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. Room here to run. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Michael Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The false start backs him up 5, first and 15. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Bears 30.
Well, going into the final.
Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'm a slow pacing. They did not want me to go places. Plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard. When I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. It's that big of the guy. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's snow, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, done. Hey,